Hey, what's cracking, everybody? This video is just to let everybody know that I've released Beta 7. So Beta 7 is not released. I actually released it on June 28th and it's been on SourceForge since then. But I'm barely doing the video today because I kind of got busy doing other stuff. So here I am now making a video on it. So we're going to run through the installer and take a look at the builder just to see it work through and see all the changes that I've made. So I'll just click on proceed. For this video, I'm going to use the Plasma 6 installer. So we'll wait for that to open up. We'll enter our info, enter your username, user password, root password, and then you have the other options for auto login, the AUR, and the install method. So on the AUR, I'm going to select all. And for the Arch install method, I'll just leave it on minimal. And right here also, there's been an update to Arch install. So you'll see the little changes that are going to show up right here. Just little minor changes, but it's also to let you know that I've updated the script to work with it. So I'll click on proceed. So right here, the changes are going to be on your disk configuration. Once you click on it, it's going to say partitioning. You just click on that and then the options come up. You can do the use the best effort default partition. You could do a manual partition or a pre-mounted partition. So I'm just going to use the regular one, which is the easy one. Then I'll select ext4 and default. And then right here, you have to click on back to go back to the back screen. And everything else is pretty much the same. So that's just one little minor change in Arch install. So Arch install is updated to the latest and greatest. So just click on install and it'll go through. All right, and you can see right here is version 2.8.1. All right, and another thing I wanted to show everybody, let me open up a web browser while it's doing the installation and we'll take a look. I've been kind of knocking my head around with the Deepin desktop environment. So, you know, every Linux distro that I know that has it, I've been taking a look at them and they all seem to have the same problem with the Manjaro Deepin. So I think there is a wiki for it or something like that. Well, let's see. Let's read this right here. It says Manjaro Deepin was a community edition of Manjaro Linux that provided an out-of-the-box Deepin desktop experience powered by all the goodies that the Arch Linux and Manjaro Linux distributions have to offer. But it has been discontinued. So I made an ISO of the image of Manjaro Deepin with the latest packages. So I believe it was discontinued because they also have issues on Manjaro with the Deepin desktop environment. But trying to see if I could find that wiki. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Let me just add a wiki to it. Let's see what comes up here. All right. So yeah, this is one of the things that I saw. It says warning: Deepin desktop environment is not supported on Manjaro or Arch Linux. It is known to be in a broken state. Use at your own risk. So all the driving me crazy going through all the issues with Deepin, it's because there's an issue with the with Arch-based systems and Deepin itself. So it's telling you right here, the warning: Deepin desktop environment is not supported on Manjaro or Arch Linux. It is known to be in a broken state. Use at your own risk. So that pretty much goes for LinuxHub also. I did try to download the Arco Linux and install Manjaro, but there were some issues using the online installer. It was giving me all kind of issues, and I just decided to not try that. So then I went looking for the Deepin on Manjaro, and this is what I found. So yeah, pretty much the issues with Deepin are Arch based, and that's why it has issues. So as far as it being a desktop, it works and everything. It's just that there's an issue with making dark themes stick and changing wallpapers, things like that. It doesn't cooperate with the Deepin desktop environment. So pretty much the issue is known. I don't know if the Deepin devs know about it, but the issue is known on the internet, and I'm glad that I found this wiki right here that shows that it is a known issue, and it tells you to use it at your own risk. But all right, we'll go ahead and let the installer do its thing. I'll pause the video now. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Plasma desktop environment. And I believe it automatically updates to version 6.1, but we'll see once we reboot into the CD. All right, I'll pause the video now. And another one of the changes that I've made to the installer is just this image right here that says configuring settings. I just changed it from that other GIF because that other GIF was just a circle running around in circles. But I just wanted to put this here to let you know that it is still doing stuff and that the installer is not stalled. So it's more of a statement than anything. That's all. So I just changed the GIF and put this one right here, and it says configuring settings. And it has a little progress bar that goes up and down. Plus you have the progress bar up here that actually is counting down while it's doing stuff. But that's just another one of the small changes that I made. All right, so I'll go ahead and pause the video again, and then we'll come back when we take a look at the Plasma 6 desktop. And the installation is now finished, so let's go ahead and reboot into the Plasma environment. One thing to note is that usually most systems, they use a Plasma. They use the SDDM login manager. But on my system, I use LightDM with Plasma. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You know, it's just a login manager. But I do use SDDM, I believe, for the Budgie desktop environment because it was required with one of the issues I was having with Budgie. So to fix one of that, I think one of the changes that I also had to make was use the SD. I'm not even sure if I did use the SDDM, but it uses its own login manager, so it'll look a little different. All right, so we're logged into the Plasma desktop environment. And you can see right here, it does say Plasma has been updated to 6.1. So it is using the latest and greatest version of the Plasma 6 environment. All right, so we'll go ahead and close that. And pretty much everything else right here is the same. There are some minor changes to the images that I've made on here. But, you know, if you use the builder, you could just make the images however you want to make them. But let's go ahead and run through that real quick. We'll run through the LinuxHub builder. Make a custom setup, and we'll watch it, and we'll see what changes are there also. And you can see right here, this image is also changed also. But let me see, we did install Plasma 6, so we'll click on that. And then bam, this tool will guide you along to create a customized Arch Linux respin with your desired custom settings. Click on continue to get started. And right here we can edit our themes, wallpapers, icons, mouse cursors, whatever you want. That just freaked me out. So it's one of the things with Plasma. If you shake your mouse, it makes it get big. That's a trip. Anyways, let's go ahead and run through this real quick. So let's see, we're on Breeze Dark. We'll leave it on that. But let me get to the colors and themes. All right, let's see, what colors do we want to use? That color's fine. The application style, let's go with Oxygen. Click on Apply. Plasma style, it's on Oxygen already. Window decorations, let's switch it over to Oxygen. All right, icons, there's a big selection to choose from. Whatever floats your boat, just go ahead and choose it. I'll just choose that one just because it's there. Cursor, same thing. You have quite a few to choose from, so you can choose whatever you want. Let's keep it with the theme and go Oxygen. And I'll leave the rest alone. Now let's go back to the wallpapers. Let's go to the wallpaper tab. Let's see, which wallpaper do we want to use? You pretty much select whatever you want, but just for the sake of this video, I'll select this one. That looks fine. All right, I'm done with the theming. So then I'll click on continue, and then I'm just going to call everything test, just to run through it real quick. So test, test, test. So everything is going to be test, test. And right here, I can click on this and change the images however I want. But for the sake of this video, I just want to run through it real quick. So I'm not actually going to change anything, but you know, it'll just open up all the images that you want to edit yourself for the builder. But I'm not going to do that. I'll just click on continue and then build my ISO image. So right here, just enter your password and let it do its thing. So I'll go ahead and pause the video now and come back when we're ready to reboot into this customized ISO. All right, and the builder has now completed, so we'll go ahead and open up the folder, and I'll just go ahead and transfer the ISO, which is test. I'll just go ahead and transfer this over to my system, and then we'll boot into it and take a look at it. So, you know, all the ISOs, they use the open box for the installer, so it'll look different when you're installing it, but once it's installed, it will be the Plasma 6 customized the way you want it. All right, so I'll go ahead and pause the video again and boot up the new ISO. Okay, so I have the test ISO on here now, so it's going to boot up and boot into our system. Like I said, all installers use OpenBox, so don't be confused by the installer. OpenBox is just for the installer. The system is going to be whatever you chose to build. But the install system, I use OpenBox. I use that for a reason. And that's because I can control OpenBox and make it do whatever I need it to do. So that's why I use it for the installer. And it also eliminates other errors or issues that I found with other systems. That's why I put all of the installers on OpenBox, because I can control it more easy that way. And it'll be kind of confusing having a different installer. Just trying to add a different installer to the builders, it's a big pain in the ass. So just doing it like this makes it easier. So you can see right here, it says test on your button right here. That's what you chose. Well, that's what I chose to put it on the builder. So that's what it says there. I didn't change any of the images because I just wanted to run through it real quick. So this image would be whatever you put on here. But we'll go ahead and click on begin installation. And same as before, we're at our username, user password, root password, and then just click on OK. And this will take you directly into the installer. And on the installer, whatever you chose your distro name, it'll show up here, like right here. And it also says it right here and right here. So we'll go ahead and proceed. And right here, the changes are going to be the same since we have upgraded Arch install. The disk configuration looks different now. You have to click on partitioning and then use the best effort. Then you just select your disk, EST4, default. Then you have to click on back. Then you can edit your time zone. For me, that'll be Los Angeles. And then install. And click enter one more time and it's off to the races. Alright, so I'll go ahead and pause the video and we'll reboot into our customized Plasma 6 environment. And then you'll see the new changes that I did to the builder. So that way you guys can have it more personalized and it won't have the LinuxHub branding on there no more. Since I had a comment about some person that didn't want to go into the files itself and change it, so I made the changes myself. All right, but I'll go ahead and pause the video now. When we come back, we'll take a look at the customized Plasma 6 environment. All right, our installation is now completed, so we'll boot into the test ISO. So I'll click on reboot. It'll go through the system, and then it'll be the customized ISO. And here I can show you the changes that I've made. So it's just minor changes, but you know, just to show you, I do read through the comments. I see everything, so try to make it easier for you guys. And the changes that I made on here to the builder is pretty much one that I was just asked recently about removing the LinuxHub websites and things like that. So I went ahead and I did that. All right, so now it won't be branded with the LinuxHub website or anything like that. It'll just be on its own. So you can see right here, I removed where it had the Patreon link, the website, and the forum. They're no longer there no more. And like I said, the images right here, I didn't change the images, but you can change it to whatever you want. All right, so this is the new ISO right here. And this is the way it is created now. So just click on close on that. Open up your menu. You have all your changes. You can see the themes. The themes have stuck. We have the wallpaper. Just look at the icons, the mouse cursor, the icons change, everything. And it is using the oxygen theming. So all the theming stuck, all the wallpapers, everything, the icons, the mouse cursor, it's all there. The way, however you set it up is the way it's going to be. And then if you open up a terminal, it's not going to have the LinuxHub on here. It's just going to be a generic. So you can put whatever you want on here. All right. So that's going to do it on this video. Just wanted to show you that we are on beta 7 now. So I'm thinking of releasing a official release coming up soon. Just leave me a comment and let me know if there's any other issues that need to be addressed. There was one issue with the OpenBox desktop environment where there was some permission issues. So changing some of the appearance and things like that weren't, they didn't have the permission set up right. So I went ahead and I fixed that. So that's fixed now on OpenBox. Budgie, I was having some issues with Budgie. I fixed that. Let's see what else. Deepin is just broken on Arch-based systems. It doesn't work on Manjaro. Well, it does work for the most part, but like I said, you can't change the themes. You can't make it dark themes, and changing the wallpapers is a pain in the butt. So, but it's just that Deepin is broken on Arch-based systems for whatever reason. It's out of our control, so there's nothing really I can do about it. But everything else seems to be working par. So let me know if you guys find any issues with it. That way I can fix them before I go official with them. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. And I'm out.